Muichiro Tokito. Muichiro Tokito, Tokito Muichiro, is a major supporting character of Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. He is a demon slayer of the Demon Slayer Corps and the current Mist Hashira, Kasumi Bashira. Muichiro along with his brother Yuichiro Tokito, are also the descendants of Upper Rank 1, Kokoshibo. Appearance. Muichiro is a short, muscular young man of light complexion with long, straight hair of a black color that fades to mint green as it approaches his waist. He wears his hair loose with two clumps protruding slightly from each side of his head, a set of marginally shorter hair left down to frame his face, and unruly bangs over his forehead. He also possesses large, empty-looking mint green eyes. His eyes and hair are traits shared with his twin brother, Yuichiro Tokito. Muichiro wears a dark, slightly turquoise-tinted version of the Demon Slayer uniform. His uniform has longer, looser sleeves that are more reminiscent of those of a kimono than of the standard cuffed uniform. Along with this, the lack of bands of cloth wrapped around his calves gives his uniform an overall loose and sizable appearance. Finally, he wears dark blue tabi socks and a pair of white zori with dark blue straps. Personality. Muichiro is an airheaded individual who seems to constantly wander off in thought and is unable to focus at anything. Impassive and, at times, obtuse, he tends to think only for himself and operates on logic alone, never letting emotion guide him, making him seem completely apathetic and indifferent. But, Tanjiro sensed that Muichiro wasn't being so apathetic on purpose as he didn't emanate any animosity. Despite his uncaring and unserious demeanor, he has been shown to get serious when it is required and is devoted to his position as the Demon Slayer Corps' Mist Hashira. Alternatively, he seems to display a cold and arrogant side, violently shaking down Kotetsu and calling him stupid, saying his time as a Hashira was super important, much more important than his own, and that all the swordsmiths could do was make weapons. Though, Muichiro doesn't seem to be indifferent towards Kaguya Abuyashiki, most likely due to his immense respect for his master. However, before the death of his twin brother when the siblings were 11, Muichiro's personality was that of a much more compassionate and optimistic individual, the polar opposite of his current disposition. Having originally taken after his father, he was shown to display a higher level of kindness and understanding, believing he should aim to do good for others if he wanted good to be done for him. After his brother was killed at the hands of a demon, Muichiro subsequently lost his memories and held an omnipresent rage deeply suppressed inside of him that inevitably drove his future, intense training. After this memory loss, he started exhibiting the indifferent attitude of his twin brother he is now known for as a Hashira. During his interactions with Tanjiro Kamado, Muichiro started regaining his memories of his past, causing him to behave more maturely and seriously, even choosing to help Kotetsu when his life was in danger instead of ignoring him. After his memories fully returned, Muichiro began expressing more emotions and became more confident in himself and started caring more for his peers in the Demon Slayer Corps. Abilities. Overall abilities. As a Hashira of the Demon Slayer Corps and a child prodigy, Muichiro is a very powerful and skilled combatant. He is noted to be incredibly talented despite his young age, accomplishing his Hashira status after a mere 2 months of training, something only accomplished by Gyomei Himejima, the strongest current generation Hashira. He could easily overpower demon slayers older than him, like Tanjiro Kamado and Genya Shinazugawa. Demon Slayer Mark. Muichiro's mark is first awakened during his battle against Upper Rank 5, Gyako, after his temperature reached 39 degrees Celsius, 102.2 degrees Fahrenheit, and his heart rate went beyond 200 BPM. The mark appears as several red, mist-like designs that cover the entirety of his body, most noticeably on his face and arms. While the mark is active, his offensive and defensive abilities are increased by several times their usual strength, the power increase being enough to grant him the strength to not only operate a severely poisoned body but additionally kill an upper rank single-handedly. Bright red Nichiren sword. During his battle against Upper Rank 1, Muichiro dyed his Nichiren sword a bright red color by gripping it with all his might, allowing him to hamper the regeneration of Kokoshibo, which later proved to play a pivotal role in his defeat. Transparent world. Similar to Tanjiro, Muichiro obtained the ability to see the transparent world sometime during the midst of battle against Kokoshibo, which allowed him to see the muscles, blood flow, and joint movement of his opponents, aiding him in landing a hit on the upper rank and keeping him in place, creating an opportunity for his allies to kill him. Extrasensory perception. Muichiro has extremely honed senses able to pick up things outside the normal range of perception, such as discerning the aura of a demon's from a human's. Immense speed and reflexes. As a Hashira, Muichiro is tremendously fast, displaying the ability to blitz demons and move in bursts of speeds akin to teleporting. His speed could also easily outspeed the reflexes of Tanjiro Kamado, who was able to keep up with the movement's upper-rank demons. Muichiro's superhuman speed and reflexes were further exemplified during his battle with upper-rank 5, Gyako, as shown when he could deflect and evade 1,000 needles and later sliced up an absurd 10,000 slamfish in a split second, even sending all of them flying before their blood could touch him. Immense stamina and endurance. Muichiro possesses superhuman stamina and endurance, which he displayed on multiple occasions. When Muichiro was poisoned, he barely flinched and was completely nonchalant, still possessing enough strength to keep up with Gyako. However, his phenomenal pain tolerance was best exemplified in his fight against Kokushibo. Immense strength. Despite his build appearing to be one of the smallest and seemingly weakest of the demon slayers and Hashira, Muichiro has shown to possess a caliber of physical strength heads and shoulders above that of the average demon slayer. This is evident when Tanjiro tried to grab his arm to stop him from attacking Kotetsu. The Hashira's arm didn't even budge despite Tanjiro gripping it with all his might. Omnipresent rage. Muichiro attributes the origin of his willpower towards training and his strength towards the awakened rage that is always present and boiling within him, both appearing after his brother's death. This unquenchable rage is the source for his indomitable willpower and undaunted spirit, shown when he continued to fight despite having beyond fatal injuries, such as having his arm, both his legs and later his entire torso sliced. Equipment. Standard Nichiren Katana. As a demon slayer, Muichiro carries around a standard-sized and shaped Nichiren Katana that is white in color but is able to be dyed bright red with the help of his demon slayer mark. As a Hashira, Muichiro's katana has the words "Destroy Demons," Aki Masatsu, engraved on the blade. His sword's hilt is rectangular with hollowed rectangles at each corner. Along with his katana, Muichiro also carries a standard sword sheath that is black in color.
If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later, bye bye.